I've got the brand new flagship radio system from Futaba. Let's unbox this thing. Let's fire it up. Hey guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and today is a very special day. We are unboxing and we'll get a chance to play with the new 7PX from Futaba. This is their flagship 2.4 gigahertz surface radio system. Now, the most special thing about this is it comes with a touch screen. No Futaba has come with a touch screen until now. Now, what this video will not be is it won't be a comprehensive how-to, because honestly, I haven't even used it. I haven't even peeked inside the box yet until I'm filming it right now with you guys. As far as the specs, there are a lot of them, and I'll have a link in the video description that'll go over all of them in detail, but just to highlight a few of them. Of course, this is a 2.4 gigahertz system capable of all of the different receivers available from Futaba. Of course, 7-channel, that's where you get the 7PX. Switchable for right and left hand use, does have a vibrating alert system, capable of the Sbs system from Futaba. You do have programmable mixing, 4-wheel steer, gyro mixing, dual ESC mixing, 40 model memory, 15 character model name. It is endless amount of features on this radio system. A quick look at the model number, but as always, a link will be down in the video description so you can check it out for yourself. Now, inside the box, you get several items, including the instruction manual. Now, I've got to say this thing is pretty thick. This is almost a ½ inch thick, and this is just English inside of this manual. So there's quite a bit of information in here. I definitely suggest you keep this in your pit bag. I always do, and refer to it from time to time. Some of the additional parts that come in the 7PX box, you do get a drop down module to drop your wheel down for an ergonomic feel. You do get a blank side right there. I believe if you switch over to the opposite side drive, you have a blank to fill in the gap. You do get 2 separate sized wheels. This is the smaller one. This came installed on the 7PX. I opted to install the larger one for my large hands. You do get some decals right here to mark which vehicle uses your remote. I believe there's 45 stickers there. Has a 40 model memory. You do get a small little screwdriver, a little zip tie. You get all of the additional hardware to go ahead and use the drop down and or convert from a right hand to a left hand drive. And then you get some blanks right here for your receiver. This just fills in the pins so nothing's open. Included with the 7PX is the R334 Sbs Receiver. Now, this is Futaba's fastest response receiver to date. Has 4 channels and also the Sbus 2 slot. And now finally the 7PX. This thing just looks so cool. I love the huge touch screen display on the front of it. It's very mimicky to the 4PX and even the 4PV. They look very similar in size. However, that screen on the front of this thing is just ginormous. Looking at the size of the screen, if we measure diagonally right here, we're looking at about a 4 and almost 3/8 inch diagonal display. It's pretty large. Comparing it to an iPhone 6s, the displays are almost identical in size. It's just amazing how much screen they put on this 7PX. Taking a quick tour around the 7PX, we'll start here at the bottom. Now, this is kind of like a multi-function button. It has the up, down, and side to side and a center press right there. You have a display button and also the power button to power up your 7PX. Looking at the side right there, you can really tell the giant size of this additional wheel that came with the 7PX, and just comparing the 2 different sizes, you can definitely see that the larger one will definitely feel better in the hand. With the 7PX being a 7-channel radio, there are switches and controls everywhere on this unit, and some of them in the typical placing, like channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. You do have a push button switch, a rotary dial switch. You do have channel 5 up underneath here, and you have switches on either side of the handle. There's also some 2 and 3 position switches throughout the radio. Looking at the very front of the 7PX, you do have that kind of swivel antenna that we saw in the 4PX and even the 4PV. And on this one, it exposes the micro SD card slot right there in the front. On the opposite side of the radio, we do have a charge port, a headphone jack, a COM port for probably updating the software, and we do have a little marking right here, and it says carbon handle, so I'm not sure what that is. Could be an option part in the future. Now, with all the weird shipping regulations on lithium batteries, this does ship with a 4 blank AA battery slot, but it can easily be converted over to a lithium polymer or even a Lifey pack, which is the included receiver plug right there. On the very front of the radio, we do have a push button right here for channel 4, and we have a pretty good lanyard point right there that's anchored to the radio. Now, I did mention earlier that it had a COM port for updating your software, but with the new 7PX, it also has the optional NFC chip that allows for wireless updates through an Android device at this time. Still reading up more about this, but you are able to update your software through an Android device by placing your phone right here on this N mark, which is the trademark for NFC. All right, so enough babbling. Let's go ahead and power on the 7PX. Just hitting the power button, and this thing comes to life. So pretty cool. I love the large color display right there. You kind of see all the different colors, and of course it is touchscreen, so you can touch it. It's kind of set back for a while trying to figure out things on this thing, but went ahead and figured out some of the menus and everything else. But right there, you just touch the screen, lights back up for you. It kind of dims just to save your batteries, which is pretty nice. Now the menu button right there is very finger sensitive, which is nice. Nothing like a touchscreen that doesn't appreciate your touch. So right here, we're going into the system menus, display, so we can kind of look at all of the different connectivity of this thing, the brightness of it, how long it stays on, the calibration of the touch panel right there, the sensitivity of it. So if you're one of those big finger guys, I mean, you can really set this thing up. So we have a vibrator setting right there. So pretty nice overall. So just hitting this goes the back button right there. You can go into all sorts of different menus, accessory menus. I'm just kind of hitting things as I see it here. So pretty cool. Let's go into racing menu. We have all the different things you'd want in a high-end radio: curve, speed, traction control, ABS, start, engine cut. So this is nitro compatible as well. I'm just going to go back here. We have the mixing menu. So this is where it gets really cool with dual ESC, 4-wheel steer, gyro mixing, brake mixing, steering mixing. And this thing will do everything. There's even 2 pages right here. So as I go to the second, and then we have tilt mixing as well. So pretty cool. As we look into the user menu right here, we're seeing all the typical things you'd want to set up your vehicle initially: model select, channel reverse, sub trim, endpoint, curve, everything you'd expect in most higher end radios these days. And I mean, there's like 5 pages or 6 pages here of different stuff that you can kind of go through. Very, very nice. Well, guys, that is my first look at the brand new Futaba 7PX. Can't wait to get this thing bound up to some of my vehicles, really start using it, and see all the features and benefits it does have. Now, of course, this is a high-end radio. It is very expensive, and it's not for everyone. Futaba does have a whole line of radios all the way down to about $120 for their 3PV model, which still has a screen, has all the things you'd want, and an upgraded RTR remote. If you don't like that one, also the 4PV gets you lots of benefits and features that you would like to see in a mid to high-end radio system. Well, guys, that is it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm off to the next one. Comments, questions on down below, and as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.